Holy crap. Incredible day to be on top of the mountain. Where haven't we been?
We headed to Hat Creek and out to...
Yep.
Okay. Went out Pat's, went through 80 Basin.
Yep, exactly.
You got a cell phone?
801.
Oh no, you're from Utah.
Oh yes. Welcome to day 5 of the Tour of Idaho. After a long and eventful day 4, we were really looking forward to the shorter day 5 to try and recoup a little and get into salmon at a decent hour. Our late night the night before resulted in us getting into Challis too late to get any dinner. As a result, we got a later than usual start on day 5, as we waited until 6 a.m. for the restaurant to open. By the time we ate, got fuel, and sorted our bikes, it was 8 o'clock before we got rolling. The start of day 5 took us north out of town and then west up Bear Creek Road. Right at the bottom, you can look up and see the towering twin peaks above you. The lookout at the top was our destination. When we arrived at the top, we were rewarded with an absolutely gorgeous view. We were so fortunate with the weather conditions that we experienced on the tour. At the top of Twin Peaks, it was crystal clear and we could see for hundreds of miles in every direction. Everything off the northwest slope of the peak is the Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness, and we were staring straight down into it. While at the top, we unexpectedly experienced one of the most surreal experiences of the entire tour. The lookout operator came out of the lookout unannounced, walked to the flagpole, quietly and respectfully unfolded the U.S. flag and hoisted it to the top. Brent and I stood in complete silence and watched in awe. There we were, just the two of us, at over 10,000 feet, literally standing on the edge of the largest section of wilderness in the lower 48, watching the U.S. flag raised to the top by a military veteran. There wasn't a hint of wind and not a cloud in the sky. It made me both proud and grateful to live where I do, and to have the health and resources to be having the experience we were having at that moment. It was an incredible way to start the morning. There's where we're headed. Up there. Sweet. So it's the morning of day 5. We got in way later last night than we had planned. Like 11:30. By the time we got to bed, hadn't had anything to eat, it was later than that. But we're rolling, we feel good. Glad to still be riding and excited for day 5. Lots of good stuff on this day that I understand, so we're just gonna enjoy it. See you at the top. This is amazing. Holy crap.
gentlemen.
Thank you. Yeah, that was awesome.
I don't go in a circle. Come up to the base of the tower and look around so you can see farther into the wilderness.
Wow.
Now, clear skies and no wind.
How's the overall forecast looking?
Sunny, no rain in the forecast for a couple of days anyways.
Sure.
I was able to go, shorten my time limit.
That's cool.
But it's definitely not a road you want to be on at night, because I made that mistake one time.
We could have sat on top of Twin Peaks Lookout all day and enjoyed the view, but we knew we had some miles to cover, and it was time to head off the mountain. After descending from Twin Peaks, we headed north on Pat's Creek Road, where it quickly turned to single track. At this point, day 5 was front-loaded with lots of really great single track. This was all entirely new area to me, and Brent and I were really enjoying experiencing these trails for the first time. We continued north through Eddy Basin, and then a quick climb to the east, where we had a view back to the south into Eddy Basin for our second challenge point of the day. Incredible day to be on top of the mountain. No wind whatsoever. Flag's not even moving. Normally fires this time of year would obstruct your view, and we have just crystal clear skies. Now come down off of Twin Peaks Lookout, and this is Pat's Creek Road. Top of Pat's Creek. Oh yeah, right up the water. I think this is still Pat's Creek. City Creek Trail, Eddy Basin, Pat's Creek Road. After a few small dirt road connectors, it was back on single track as we headed up Trail 132 towards West Fork Lakes. From there it was on to more single track, and eventually to our third challenge point of the day, a nice view down into the Furnace Creek drainage. Brent and I were clicking, maintaining a consistent but very moderate pace as we tried to enjoy the day. After all, we had been planning and preparing for this very thing for months and months. We had to remind ourselves at times to stop and just relish in the moment.
Trail 143, here we go. Day 5. White Goats Lookout, West Fork, Morgan Lakes, Castle Darby Trail. Nice work. That's what I tried to do. Going right on 4138.
The theme of the first half of day 5 was more single track. We dropped down into Furnace Creek, eventually climbing back up to the ridgeline for our fourth challenge point of the day, a viewpoint on the ridge between Van Horn Peak and Woods Peak. After the challenge point near Van Horn Peak, we rode Trail 4138 that goes around the western flank of Woods Peak. This was one of those moments where we experienced in person a notorious section of trail that we had read about, but didn't even realize that we were on it until we were in the moment. We found a route and continued on to the next challenge point, the divide above Alder Creek.
It's right here by me. Right here. It's... Sorry, I've been sitting here telling you it's right here that I'm sitting on it, and I wasn't plugged in.
Yeah, that dumps right into a cliff.
I wonder if that's the one that Martin was warning you about, that I was reading about this morning. I'm pretty sure that's it.
At the divide above Alder Creek, the trail dropped to the southeast on its way down to Morgan Creek Road. We had a fun interaction in the middle of a cattle roundup with a local rancher named Jim, who was genuinely curious about what it was we were doing out there on our dirt bikes. Seeing an opportune moment to use us to his advantage, considering how much ground we would be covering, we exchanged phone numbers, and he contacted me later that night in Salmon to see if we had encountered any of his cattle on our way to Hat Creek Lakes.
I was just thinking the same thing. I think there's a team in the desert today, and here we are. Amen. Is this road? we been? We're on what's the Tour of Idaho. So this is our 5th day. We've been on the trail for 5 straight days. So we started this morning down in town in Challis, but
Oh, you started at Challis?
yeah, headed over to Salmon.
Okay.
Been a good time.
So you're not going on the bikes all the way through then?
No, we're going all the way. We got 5 more days. We're going all the way to the Canadian border.
Are you?
Yeah, and we stay each night, and so in a town.
Right.
Get up the next day, and so we've been averaging about 200 miles a day.
Really?
Yeah, it's been
Now, so I guess I'm a little confused.
Oh.
You got a pickup or a trailer in Challis that you're going to load up and go to Salmon then? Or?
no, we ride from there, ride trail, go to Salmon, spend the
So how
night.
you getting to Salmon from here?
Up Burnt Gulch, my buddy just went up there, so
Are you going up there then?
yeah.
So you must be headed to Hat Creek and out to...
Yep,
Okay. So did
Since
you go out Pat's Creek or Darling Creek?
Pat's, yeah.
Pat's.
Yep, sorry.
Went out Pat's, went through Eddy Basin.
Yep, exactly.
Went out the backside out here, Furnace Creek.
Yep.
When'd you come down Alder?
Alder.
Or not
Just got on the Ridge Trail and rode clear up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys probably do that on your horses, right?
We don't get on that side too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we never make it 200 miles in a day.
We're about 14, 15 max.
Yeah.
You got a cell phone?
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I'll call you tonight or I'll text you
Yeah, please do.
and ask you if you happen to find some cows out through here.
Oh, yeah, I would
Keep
love
your
to.
eyes
I
out for us.
would love to help you.
Yeah, between here and Hat Creek on that
Any
trail.
cows would be yours.
Any cows would be ours. Yeah, there's some in the private right here, but
801.
oh no, you're from Utah.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead.
But I'm so close to Idaho, it almost counts. Right?
Okay. All right, Mike. Thanks.
Please do. And we'll keep our eye out if we see anything.
No, but I'd sure appreciate it if you do see something.
I would love to.
Just let me know, or you can
We got you covered.
appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you,
Have
Jim.
a great ride.
Thank you.
You might run into a few trees out there in Hat Creek, I hate to tell you.
See ya.
After our chance encounter with Jim the rancher, we kept an eye out for any stray cattle all the way to Hat Creek Lakes. A few miles up Corral Creek, we had a minor navigation challenge where our waypoints seemed to deviate from the cut trail enough that we were concerned. We rode up and down this section several times, got off and walked around, and eventually made the decision to follow the beaten-in trail, which appeared to be a reroute. We burned a fair amount of time here, but in the end we got back on trail and continued on towards Hat Creek Lakes and Taylor Mountain Pass, our next challenge point. This was a high alpine area with several lakes that had some great sections of trail, some significant recent burn areas, and plenty of rocks.
Sorry, just having a little chat with my buddies here. This is Burnt Creek. Saying it like I'm from Idaho now. Burnt Creek. Or like my buddy Jim. Sounds easier than busting out Silky.
That's all I need to see.
493. Okay, where are you? Because I think I might have done the same thing.
Did you pass that big meadow on your left yet?
I think so. I passed through like a meadow. I'm right by the lake, and there's a camp spot.
How'd we miss each other?
You need to keep coming down. Close. I'm right down by the lake.
Yeah, there's another camp spot on the other side of that lake, and I ended up there and got stuck. There's another lake down there I was at.
Oh, well, this is our challenge point, right?
So that's 5DXYZ29. It's Taylor Mountain Pass at
Oh,
between 29 and 31. So we got to climb up over that range.
I'm gonna take a picture while I have my helmet off. Taylor Mountain Pass above Hat Creek Lake.
Right off the north slope of Taylor Mountain Pass are a few fun and rocky downhill switchbacks. The single track continues across the valley and then down to the Forest Service Road at Iron Lake. We enjoyed this last stretch of single track as it was the last for the day. However, we still had 60 miles to go to get to Salmon, and although it was primarily dirt roads and a few ATV trails, it was still incredibly scenic along the Ridgeline Road. And after the experiences of the past 36 hours, it was a welcome way to start to wind down the day. We had one final challenge point to visit, a vantage point along the 45th parallel.
That's how you don't do it. Up better. No dabs. Let's try this. Oh, baby.
This was the home stretch. We were excited to get into salmon with a little more time on our hands. We had been fortunate to have little to no issues during the day, and it was our first full day with just the two of us. I had started the tour with good intentions of not doing any tire changes. Salmon is the only option for tires after Pocatello on day 2, and I knew I had 5 more full days of riding, and my rear tire was already showing significant wear. The Les Schwab tire store in Salmon closed at 6 o'clock. I decided to make a push and see if I could get a tire. We rolled into Les Schwab at 5:35. They were incredibly accommodating, and with Brent's help and a little help from the good guys at the store, we were in and out in a half hour, and I had a fresh rear knobby mounted up ready for another 5 days of fun.